Hey everybody, it's Ann Kaplan from Ann Kaplan Childbirth Services and Mom Me, and it's Tuesday. That means broadcast time. Yay, I'm so pumped to broadcast to you guys in the Mom Me Experience group. And obviously, if what I'm saying means something to you and is helpful to you, share it out, share the love. And the more you do, the bigger our group will grow and the more people that we can help and touch every day. And that means so much to me. And today, or this whole week, what I'm going to be talking about is being seen, and a fear of being seen. So do you feel like you have a fear of being seen? Let's talk about it. And a lot of my clients feel like they're the ones doing every single flipping thing to run their house, take care of their kids, take care of themselves, take care of their partner, everything, all by themselves. Even if they're in a partnership, it feels that way. And a lot of times it's easy to pinpoint all these little things that you feel like are the reasons why. Like, oh, so-and-so's not doing this, and my kids do this and this, and I tell them, but they don't listen to me. That's not really what's going on, okay? Those are symptoms, not the problem. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But first, let's just take a step back and talk about, like, what does it even mean to be seen? So first of all, ask yourself this, like, do you know what it feels like to be seen? Do you know how that feels? When you're with somebody, and I'm sure that there's a time in your life you can think of where you've been with a person and you have felt seen, you have felt heard, you have felt like that person gets you, the real you, not the person that you maybe put on a mask and portray to the people around you, not the person that you wish you were or you try to be every day. They just know you. They see you. You are seen. And that person sees you and they also accept you and love you, and they see you for who you really are. That feeling of being seen is huge. It's huge for our kids. We know that as parents. We're constantly trying to make our kids feel seen. Oh my gosh, you did this great project. It's amazing. Or I see these little things about you and I notice that about you. Being noticed, that feels amazing. And as we get to be adults, we bring into ourselves all of these little messages about what's okay and what's not okay, and what's going to be rewarded and what's not going to be rewarded. And we take all that information and we decide the parts of ourselves that we need to hide away. And what results oftentimes is a person who is projecting something to the outside world that's not authentic to who they are. And that person is not truly being seen. So I want you to connect first and foremost with the feeling of what it feels like to really be seen in your entirety in a way that's that makes you have that feeling of being noticed, being heard, being loved and cradled in your complete authentic self. Tap into that feeling, because that is going to be the key for you making any changes that you want to make from this broadcast, okay? So that's number one. And I'm going to tell you guys a story about me, okay? So you might think, Ann doesn't have a fear of being seen. Obviously, I'm on Facebook constantly, broadcasting, posting pictures of myself, half naked, blah, blah, blah. I'm not afraid to be seen. And I thought that was true too. I thought that was true about me. But recently I've been getting questions from people that are close to me, like my family even, saying like, I don't really even get what your job is. Like, what do you do? Like, I see you on Facebook all the time. You're promoting your business. You're doing this or that. But you know, what's your job? What do you do? And at first I just felt like, well, you obviously just aren't paying attention. Like, I'm saying it clearly all the time. I'm putting it out there all the time. What do I do? How can you not know that if you're watching me? And then I realized, like, listen, if more than one person is having this confusion, like, I'm not saying it. And I realized, like, I am afraid of being seen. I want to put myself out there, but there's something holding me back from standing up and saying, like, this is me. This is my job. This is what my practice is about. And I really had a little bit of an aha moment of like, wow, like I have a fear of being seen when it comes to my job, which you would never guess if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. So I realized that I really needed to face that fear and ask myself some things. So I'm going to share with you guys what I did to help myself. And then I'm going to walk my talk and I'm going to tell you, what do? I'm going to stand up in my truth and tell you guys and stop being afraid of being seen by you. So my first step for you guys and for me is to seek your why. And that's just a really kind of overarching way of saying, like, ask yourself, what do I have to gain from keeping myself hidden? What do I have to gain? What am I getting from staying invisible about this? And another way you can ask yourself that question is, what do I get to avoid by staying invisible? What do I get to avoid by not being seen? What do I get to avoid by staying small and safe and secure? Because that's what we're doing when we're saying, I don't want to be seen. I don't want you to notice me. And for me, what I realized was like, well, by not being seen as what I'm doing and what my job is and all of that stuff, it's easier for me to kind of just pick and choose what I want to say I do based on whoever's talking to me, and I can be general, and it doesn't force me to be specific and hone my craft and get my practice to be in super alignment. I can just be vague and general and all of that stuff. It's a way for me to, what am I avoiding? I'm avoiding making tough decisions about my business is what I'm doing. And I'm avoiding the feelings of maybe people thinking what I do is stupid, or I'm not qualified to do it, or I'm not good enough, or all of those little feelings that we have. And the way that we avoid dealing with those feelings is to just stay hidden and away from everybody else. So that's step one. Seek your why. Figure out why you're behaving this way. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about what I mean about this behavior, but stay with me for that 1 minute. So then the second thing is this question of like, who do you think you are? So that question comes up a lot when I'm talking with moms about like, what do you have to avoid? What are you trying to avoid by staying invisible? A lot of times moms will say, you know, I feel like maybe I'm not worthy or I'm not qualified to be this person that everybody's looking at or whatever. Another way to say that is like, well, who do I think I am that I can give advice or help somebody or stand up for myself or be confident or feel good about myself? Who do I think I am? And I flip that back to you and say, who do you think you are? Do you think that you're a meager person who doesn't want anyone to notice them or get recognition ever? Is that who you really think you are? Probably not. You probably think that you're somebody else, this person that does merit notice, that does deserve to be recognized and appreciated, and all of those things. That's who you think you are. But you're not letting yourself be there. So when I say, who do you think you are? What I'm really saying is like, reconnect with who you want to be, what your vision is for yourself, what your authentic path is. So you might stand to gain in the short term all of these things by staying hidden and not demanding the respect and recognition you deserve. But that's completely making you stray from who you really are, who your authentic path is. So that's point two. It's like, who do you really think you are? Who do you think you are? Someone who deserves attention? Hell yeah, you are. Yes, you are someone who deserves attention. And step three, for me anyway, is remember when I said in the beginning, do you know how it feels to be seen and loved and cradled in your full authentic self? That feeling of someone who totally knows you and gets you, and they see you. They see you, they see all of you, and they still get you and love you and all of that stuff. Reconnect to that feeling, because that feeling is what's going to help you stay away from the stuff that's keeping you hidden, the fear that's keeping you hidden, and realign with your authentic path. Is that reconnection to the feeling of being seen. Okay, so for example, when I say fear of being seen, am I saying, oh, everybody needs to be on Facebook Live, everybody needs to be tooting their own horn and sharing pictures on Instagram and getting tons and tons of attention from the outside world? No. I mean, if you want to do that, that's great. That's not the only way to be seen. Let's talk about something that's much more close to home and happens all of the time with my clients when they're feeling like, I am the one doing every single freaking thing in my house. Nobody is helping me. I have to do it all. It's my job to manage the kids. It's my job to know the schedules. It's my job to make sure the clothes are ready. And this and this and this. I'm the CEO of my family and I don't want to be, and it's not fair. I need help. what you're doing probably is setting up a paradigm in your home where everybody believes that about you because you believe that about yourself, that you don't have the worth and value to stand up for yourself and say, we're a team and I want to share this load, and look at me, see me, and let me share the responsibilities that I don't want to have for myself. And that doesn't mean just nagging at someone to do something, but then just doing it yourself. There's a whole way deeper situation going on here where you are most likely systematically training your family to believe that it's your responsibility because you believe that it's your responsibility. So making shifts about being seen isn't just about getting online and tooting your own horn and, you know, doing something to get attention. No. It affects every single little tiny part of your life. And that fear of recognition, of taking a chance, of being successful, of standing up for yourself, of putting yourself out there, however you want to say it, you're making yourself vulnerable when you do that. When you say to your partner, I need help. When you say to your kids, like, I can't do this all for you by myself. Your mom can't take care of all of your problems for you. That's a scary thing to say. And making yourself vulnerable that way is really scary. And it manifests as this fear of being seen. And going the other way of taking a risk and standing up for yourself and all of that stuff, that's stepping into vulnerability instead of this like safety net that we've created for ourselves. So I get it. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing the same thing right now with my business. So that's my kind of take home message for myself after going through all of these steps is you need to stand up and be seen as what you do. So what do I do? What is my job? I'm going to tell you guys it. And then I'm hoping that you guys are going to be super pumped about it. So I have two practices, a childbirth practice and a parenting practice called Mom Me. And what I do, I'm a birth doula, I'm a childbirth educator, and I'm a parent coach. And I work with people all the way from conception to college to create a peaceful, easeful experience in motherhood. So all of my clients, whether they're pregnant or already had a kid or they have a teenager or whatever, what they all have in common, they're all mamas and they're all feeling this feeling of maybe nervousness, fear, anxiety, frazzled, frustration, all of that stuff. We all feel it every step of the way through motherhood. And my job is to help you move away from those feelings and find your way to a peaceful, easeful, joyful motherhood, whether it's in birth, whether it's in parenting, whatever. So when I'm offering all of these breakthrough sessions with you guys at the end of all of my videos, that's what I'm giving you. I'm giving you a 1-hour coaching session. I'm giving you a little taste of what it's like to work with me. And my breakthrough sessions are designed to give you that feeling of clarity about what vision you have for yourself as a mom, which a lot of times we really don't have clarity on that. Or maybe we know what kind of mom we want to be, but we don't know how we want to be as a whole person outside of motherhood. So my sessions are always designed to give you clarity on your vision, to help pinpoint and identify exactly the things that are holding you back from obtaining that vision, and finally to let you leave that session knowing exactly what you need to do next to get there. And working with me going forward is no different. We build on those things every month going forward, and that's how my coaching works. So I hope you guys understand what I do now, and if you didn't before, it's because I have a fear of being seen. Who knew? The most visible person in your life probably, and I have a fear of being seen. So you think you're over your demons, and they're still there. They're still lurking. And we teach what we need to learn, right? So I'm no exception to that rule. So if you guys are interested in having a breakthrough session with me, you're crazy not to. It's an hour of free coaching, or why would you not do it? I'm going to put a link in the comments below. Just click on it and let me help you get the clarity to take that next step for yourself, whether it's being seen in the more traditional sense or being seen in that, like, share the load and I need help. That's a step in the direction of being seen by your partner, being seen by your children, being seen by your family. You are more than just an accessory to other people's happiness. You are worth more than that. So take a step and click on the link, and I love you guys. I'll be talking about being seen all week, and hopefully maybe you guys can share some of your breakthroughs about that stuff too. Love you guys. Happy Tuesday. Bye.